Hello, welcome to Laura's Painted Minis. I am Laura, and we are back to painting this guy. We'll zoom in a little bit more, and I'm going to paint kind of all this kind of leather type areas, or at least that's how I'm going to paint it, is as leather, and it's going to be pretty orangey leather. I'm a little late getting things going. The toddler was not very cooperative, going down for a nap. And then I decided that I wanted to change the height of the cat cam so that since my one cat keeps not wanting to sit on the cat tree, she's instead sitting behind me on my office chair. But the other cat is in the little box that's on below the top tiers of the cat tree. Granted, you can kind of only see her butt, but hey, it's a cat. So here are the paints I'm going to use. I'll do, it's pretty usual, do 4 colors, 4 mixes. So we got the black and brown, got a mix of black and brown and harvest brown, and then here's just harvest brown and harvest brown mixed with burnt orange. We'll see from there if we need to make any tweaks or add an extra highlight. We'll see if we even get past base coating today, to be honest, because it's there's a lot to do. And base coating over white can have its challenges. And it's definitely not where Reaper paints shine. In other words, coverage. But that's not really what I need usually. It also took me a little extra I had to kind of redo the settings in OBS because I did not get my things plugged in before I opened OBS, and so that, at least for my computer, I don't know if it's OBS or if it's my computer, I then have to go in and like re-find everything, all the cameras, that is. So a little extra setting up required today. Otherwise, I normally have my paints ready to go, so I'm not having to make you guys sit here and stare at a blank mini. All right, get going. I'm not gonna do the filling in. If I were doing a commission, I would definitely talked about that ahead of time with them before I just move forward. Yeah, we'll do this. I might change my mind and make this like a metallic or something, but for now I'm gonna go ahead and just paint over it. Got to play a bunch of Baldur's Gate this weekend, which I hadn't gotten to play. Hadn't really had a ton of time to play it for quite a while. Plus, I was also doing replaying through Dragon Age Origins. Which I did finally download. The other versions I used to have them on the Xbox 360, and then I made sure to check, at least with like the discs that I had, if they would work, and they did not. So when we sold the Xbox 360, I sold those games as well. Although I don't think we ever had Dragon Age 2. I'm not sure how that ended up happening, where we had the first one and then we had the third one. Howdy! Now I don't know why I'm using my nice brush to base coat. Get out the brush that I don't care about. Hi, Kodiak and Big Hairy GM. Let's see, gotta pay a little bit of attention here because I am gonna make this different. Yeah, probably stop there on that. Might end up painting back over that with the color that I use for this robe, but that's fine. That's funny. Good to know. That does sound like a scary BBEG, Bakery Grandma. Another thing that happened like right before I started stream is I knocked this boy over, so he came off the base. There just were not enough contact points between the mini and the actual base. You asking about which mini this is, Kodiak? It's from Dungeons and Lasers Company. Kuroniko and I occasionally talk about them. This is technically like a sample pack from a sample pack that they gave, and 2 or 3 Kickstarters ago. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I did too. Yeah, this is a sample pack for their Deuce-Slayer world that they have created. A little bit of a different character or whatever, monster feel to it than what I'm used to, so it took me quite a while to figure out just how I would paint it, but especially since I don't know anything about like their worlds that they've created. Yeah, I probably just need to. I might end up needing, like, you can see the shiny area is where the glue actually was connected. So there weren't very many points on where it was actually adhered to the base. So I'll have to, it's just hollow on the bottom. So that's part of the problem. I might just end up using some green stuff to quick and easy get it stuck down to the base. And normally their stuff they do come with bases and such, not integral bases usually, unless it's like one of the like big monsters, like they did it to Rask in this same campaign that this was in, the sample pack was in. And that had a sculpted base, an integral base. Otherwise, they just send bases along with that you can kind of pick and choose whichever ones you want to glue them down to. But since this was just a sample pack, they did not do that. Yeah, but I finally decided that, you know what, I'm just going to think about kind of what in general does this look like in translation to like typical Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Let's see what I saw. And for some reason, I was just really screaming a need for purple skin on this guy. I kind of landed on like a ogre mage, or Oni, I guess, is another name. Which it kind of looks like maybe they can just be whatever colored skin you want. I saw a lot of different variations as far as art goes. Mm. Yeah, green stuff is really good for filling in gaps. I use it too, like I mentioned, just with what I planned, what I'll might plan on doing with this guy, of also like adding extra support to where things are connecting. If I have a hard time getting something to stay, like parts to stay glued together, I'll try pinning, but quite often I end up doing kind of a mixture of pinning and some green stuff around it. So then once it cures, it's as hard as resin. It's a, I believe it's an epoxy, like a type of resin epoxy. It's recommended that you wear gloves, and I definitely do not follow that. I've not had any problems as far as like skin irritations or anything like that goes. But if you are like allergic to resins or anything, then you will want to my skin's usually pretty sensitive. Like I've gotten chemical burns from like paint thinner and stuff, which is why I will never get into the fad of trying out oils. But I haven't had any problems with the resin, or well, at least the green stuff. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to make this leather color. Probably the shoes would make sense. All right, that actually covered a lot better than I thought it would. Got to play a bunch of Baldur's Gate 3 over the weekend since I didn't have any plans. I was taking a break from baking, so I'll be doing a lot next week for different Christmases and our own family Christmas. So I think I'm at a point now where I'm towards the end of Act 2, I'm assuming. I just finished freeing Night Song. I'll try not to say too much in case y'all haven't played it yet and don't want spoilers. But getting ready to take down, at least try and take down Ketheric Thorm, which is at least the current big bad guy that my party is aware of. It's a lot of fun, and especially if you like D&D and you don't get to play very often, it's kind of a nice little fill-in for that. I mean, you do actually roll dice and stuff. I'm playing as a wood elf druid. And highly favor turning into an owlbear. a moment to dry. And I downloaded the rest of the older Dragon Age games, so I'll probably replay those sometime. I've only played the Inquisition once. I did like a Qunari. Nice. I keep forgetting that they've got like Lego sets now. How were all of y'all's weekends? Did you get to do some fun stuff? my big accomplishment was, at least that I feel was accomplished in it, was going out and when it was freezing rain and not slipping and falling at all. And my car also did not fishtail at all either, or lose traction, so that was good. Oh, nice. Is that like camping or something, or do Boy Scouts do other things other than camping stuff? I never had any brothers, so I have no clue. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool to get the youngins involved in something like that. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, yeah. Like Warhammer. I forget if you've mentioned before what you play. Okay. I'll be doing some traveling up to my hometown this weekend. So far, the weather looks like it's clear and everything. Or at least for here. I haven't checked my hometown's weather. I should probably do that. Because that can tend to be a different story. Be the first time that I've been up there since they had a really horrible flooding this summer. It's northwest Iowa, so like a lot of northwest Iowa, and even into over into Nebraska too, I think. had a really bad flooding. I think there were multiple rivers and dams that just kind of overfilled. And that has not happened in a very long time. Like I remember a couple of times growing up that the river there got really full and flooded a little bit. But never to the extent that it did this summer. My mom said that their church, I think, finally got electricity back to the whole building. There were parts that had the electrical panels in a different place, but most everything was in the basement, which was like, I think 5-6 feet deep of water. So it'll be interesting to going back. Yeah, I saw like photos and stuff, and was keeping tabs with my mom, although they were actually out of town when it happened, and they were actually having to extend their stay with where they were at because roads were like either blocked or just shut down for safety for reasons. Yeah, yep. I don't get up there very often anymore. Probably only every couple of years now, so it is always interesting to see what's changed and such. The area that we usually or the part of town that we usually come enter into is where a lot of the shops and stuff are, so just automatically pass by a lot of that stuff, the areas that would probably get changed or whatever. My hometown is small, but not at the same time. Like Northwest Iowa is just a bunch of like teeny tiny towns, but then there's Spencer, my hometown. Smack dab in the middle of them. There's a few other like bigger towns too, within like 2 hours either direction. Yeah, but with a flood and all, it'd be interesting to see if there are buildings that clearly have just kind of been abandoned because they can't afford to keep business going or even attempt that or what. Okay. This gives me a pretty good idea of just how I probably will end up adding another highlight color for this. I like where it's going, but I definitely think I need probably just one more step up with the highlights to really kind of finish it off, which I'll show you my palette now that I've got everything actually mixed. So that's kind of what they look like, all the different mixes. And this one is actually Harvest Brown. I can show you the colors too again, in case you weren't here when I talked about it. All of these are the 3 different paints I actually used to make the different mixes. We've got just these 2 are the actual just black and brown, and then Harvest Brown. And currently my highest highlight is just a mixture of Harvest Brown and Burnt Orange. So I will just see what goes straight up to Burnt Orange on its own. And I think that will probably bring it up to where I want it to be. But it's looking good. I like that look. So everywhere else that I painted this dark brown will also get all of that as well. But I'm gonna stop there for today. It's kind of getting to that time. Just noticed. So yeah, we'll continue next week with more leather probably. Thursday I'll be on. Since I did play a lot of Baldur's Gate. I did not finish the dragons. I probably could have if I had not, but I got one more dragon done. So there's 3 done now, I think. I got 2. I finished a second one Thursday night after the stream later on that day. But yeah, Thursday, if I haven't finished these, I will be working on this. Otherwise, it'll be some other mini. I'm trying to think of what I've got. Some other minis that I would like to have painted up for some one shots that I'm doing in February. So we'll figure out which one of those minis I'll do next if the dragons are done. And that's, but yeah. Thanks for watching and chatting, and I'll hopefully see you Thursday. All right. Bye.